It was so cool. It was such an amazing experience. And to be there in the room, to go back to the summit, and we teed up Al, middle of the day. We were given the thumbs up to use the Hulk because he was dead at the time. And Axel Alonso stuck his head in the door and literally said, "You guys are good to go on, the big green guy." And we were like, "Okay, cool." And then all of a sudden Al goes, "Oh, about that." And then Mark goes, "Al's got something really important to say." And Al just I'm in the room and Al just pitches the Immortal Hulk in the room right at that moment. And we're just listening to him. And Al is very quiet and very thoughtful. And he's slowly walking through the mythology of this crazy Hulk idea. And he gets a few minutes into it. And he literally, the whole room is quiet. You could hear pin drop. We're all listening to him. And then he gets a little shake in his voice because he's getting nervous. And Tom goes, "You're doing great, Al. Just keep going." And Al pitches the green door and all the myth of, how the Hulk keeps coming back and all this kind of stuff. And we were all just kind of shocked. It was so cool. And it was so amazing to be there at that moment. And everyone was just sort of listening. And Tom goes, "Well, I'm not the editor of the Hulk book, but I really like what you just said there. So after we're done here, why don't you and I go for a little walk, and I'm going to introduce you to some more people." And Al was able to obviously leverage that into a run that has changed his career. And it's easily the book I signed the most at conventions, beyond like Conan #1 now, is probably the Immortal Hulk issue,
Yeah.
and we all wrote on that issue technically, but I think that issue, because Al knew he had such a clear vision for that issue. So he writes probably 80% of that issue, 85% of that issue. And then we made it up in other pages on other issues. So he wrote less we throttled all the pages so that it all equaled out for everybody. But he had such a clear, cool, distinct vision on that thing, which was just ridiculous. Yeah, it was amazing to be there. It was amazing to be a tiny part of that little thing.